Here's how to play my song, Like You, on guitar. To start off, this song is in standard tuning and also in the key of E major. The song is pretty difficult and I've spent a lot of time practicing it, so don't be discouraged if you don't get it right away. The most essential part of playing this song is the right hand strumming / picking pattern. It goes something like this. Pluck with your thumb, strum and mute at the same time. I'm strumming with my middle finger and my ring finger. So pluck, strum and mute, strum back up with your pointer finger, mainly hitting the high E string. Together it sounds like this. You can repeat that and turn it into a real pattern. You can also play different bass notes with your thumb. Additionally, you can control how much percussive element you want by varying how much you mute the strings. This right hand pattern is definitely essential for the song, but it's also just a good skill to have in general. You can use it with other chords too. It's really fun to mess around with once you get the hang of it. Lastly, for the right hand pattern, sometimes I'll also be playing the melody on the top string by plucking strings, individual strings, with my ring finger. I'll touch more on this later. Moving on to the left hand, the main chords are E major, A major 6, C sharp minor 7, and B major. The pattern is 2 bars of E major, 1 bar of A, 2 beats each of C sharp minor and B major. Let's take a closer look at the bass line during the E major chord. To play this bass line, your thumb is going to play once on the E string, the low E string, and then 3 times on the A string. So on the second and third bass note, you're going to hammer on with your pinky from the 2nd fret of the A string to the 4th fret of the A string. So it'll sound like this. Notice how I'm not hammering on that last bass note. So the whole E major section will sound like this. Moving on to the A chord, there's different melodies to play around this A chord. The most common one is, to play this, start by barring the D, G, B, and high E strings and plucking the high E string with your ring finger. And for the 2nd and 3rd beats of that chord, add your pinky finger to the 4th fret of the high E. One more time slowly. Altogether, so far, it should sound like this. Now let's take a look at the C sharp minor 7 chord. The rhythm does change up a little bit for this chord. The first thing you're going to do is pluck the middle 4 strings. I do this with my thumb, my index, my middle, and my ring finger. After you pull those 4 strings, you're going to mute. Add on your pinky finger to the 7th fret of the high E. Pull with your pointer finger in your right hand. Mute again. Take off your pinky finger from the high E and pull again with your pointer finger in your right hand. Together it should sound like this. Really slow. After the C sharp minor chord, you have the B major chord, and I like to lead into this chord by plucking the B string with my ring finger. This is right before the downbeat. Then you can just continue out that B major chord with the original plucking pattern. Leading into the B chord should sound like this. Moving on to the chorus. For the chorus, the main chords are A major 6, B major, C sharp minor 7, back to B major. I play this with the same rhythm in my right hand. Also, I usually lead into the chorus by playing some still chords, so. For the post-chorus, go right back in to the main riff. But instead of going up to the C sharp minor and then going to the B major, you go straight from this A major 6 to A minor. So it'll sound like this. After you play this A minor, you play this little melody here. You add your pinky finger on the 2nd fret of the high E string. Take it off, play the open E, play 1st fret on the B string, take that off to make it open, and then go right back to the E. You can play that whole melody within the A minor shape by just using your pinky and pointer finger. The first verse and second verse have identical guitar parts, and that's same with the 2 choruses. The biggest variation is that post-chorus A major 6 to A minor. Now let's move on to some of the complex melodies like the intro melody or the chorus melody. These melodies are obviously just different variations over the same chords. Here's the intro melody. For the intro melody, the E major bass line is the same. But then, when we get to the A major 6 chord, you're going to start by, again, barring this A major 6 chord with your first finger, your index finger. Then, you're going to pluck with your ring finger on the high E, and you're going to hammer on to the 4th fret of the high E. After you do that, you're going to mute, take off your pinky finger from the 4th fret. After that, you're just going to follow the right hand pattern and go from A6 to open A, back to A6. So all together, it should sound like this. Now on to the C sharp minor 7 chord. This time in the intro, you're going to start with your pinky on the 7th fret of the high E string. Again, you're going to start out that chord by playing the high E with your ring finger. Right after that, you're going to take your pinky finger off. For the B major chord in the intro melody, you're going to play the middle 4 strings. Then you're going to move your pinky finger to the 5th fret of the high E string, and then move it down to the 4th fret of the high E string, with mutes in between. After that, you'll go back to the E. Altogether, the intro melody sounds like this. Here's the advanced melody in the chorus. For this melody, you're going to start out the same way as the regular chorus progression. Once you get to the C sharp minor 7 chord, on the third beat, you're going to add your pinky to the 7th fret of the high E. For this B major chord, you're going to play the original strumming pattern, but you're going to move your pinky to the 5th fret of the high E, then the 4th fret of the high E. For the A chord, you're going to start out on A major 6, add your pinky finger to the 4th fret of the high E, take it off back to the A major 6, play an open A, back to the A major 6, and then back to adding on that pinky finger to the 4th fret of the high E. Together it'll sound like this. After that, you're going to repeat the progression for the B and C sharp minor chords. And then when you're back to this B, you can again take your pinky finger and move it to the 5th fret of the high E, and then the 4th fret of the high E to lead back into the E major chord. All together slowly, the complex chorus melody goes like this. Another little riff that I like to play, usually before the second chorus, is this. To play this, start with the C sharp minor 7 chord and hammer on your pinky finger to both the B and high E strings, like this. After you do that, pluck the high E string. Together it'll sound like this. Then after you pluck the high E string, pluck the B string and pull off like this. All together it'll sound like this. On this B major chord, pluck the middle 4 strings. Slide up your pinky finger to the 5th fret of the B. Pluck the B. Pluck the B again, but move your pinky finger down to the 4th fret of the B. Together it'll sound like this. And then that leads you into the chorus. Thanks for watching my tutorial. I hope it helped. Go stream Like You on all platforms. And here's a little outro. I'll tell you something, girl. There's no one else just like you. It's time to tell me something, girl. Can I be right beside you? I try to